Welcome, welcome, welcome to another Wisdom Wednesday where wisdom meets curiosity. My name is Dr. Kiana Obeng, affectionately known as Dr. Q, and I am the CEO, founder, and culture strategist of the Culture Academy LLC. On this episode of Wisdom Wednesday, we are talking about how to navigate the holiday rush using the acronym CALM. C.A.L.M. Listen, the holiday season always presents lots of challenges, especially for families, for students. There's a break in the pattern of repetition and just sustainability that causes all types of chaos. I know as a leader, this is one of the most hectic times right around approaching Thanksgiving up into the new year where everything that could go wrong will go wrong. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything like that. I just want to share some experiences that I've had with you. And so, one of the things that I've learned to do as a leader is to remain calm. And that's what gets me through, honestly. Just this week, I'm going to tell you that as a leader of a building, I had several instances, emergency medical situations for a staff member, for a parent, and for some students. And in those situations, if you don't stay calm or remain calm, you can exacerbate the situation. And so, as leaders, we are called to stay calm. So, I just had to get that off my chest because it has been a week. But let me tell you how I stay calm, or some of the ways that I stay calm, especially during the holiday season. You all know that for the most part in the field of education, we have just completed quarter one. And of course, we've been talking about making sure that we reflect and celebrate and plan for the next quarter or what's coming up next. In this time of reflection, or as we stay calm, we want to make sure that we are clarifying priorities. And so during this time, it would seem like everything is super important. Things are hypersensitive, deadlines are emerging, everything seems to be urgent. Everybody else's emergencies somehow has to be your priority. I got something for you. One of the strategies that I've just recently implemented only because my resources come in is I have a huge whiteboard posted in my office. And that whiteboard helps me to use a method to prioritize and clarify what is and is not a priority. Some people may use the Eisenhower matrix method where you have the urgent, important, the not urgent but important, the urgent but not important, or however the four quadrants that they use. I I'm not knocking that strategy, but that's not necessarily something that I use. The big old whiteboard that is color coded helps me. As soon as the whiteboard went up, ran up to the board, got my color dry erase markers, and went to town. I put, broke things down by like communication, things that need to go out, things that need to be done. So I clarify my priorities by giving them titles or headings and then putting the things that need to go up under there. We have an upcoming faculty meeting, so I have kind of like the layout on the board of all the things that need to be discussed at the faculty meeting, just so again I can clarify priorities. And of course, everything has a checkbox in front of it so that I can get the satisfaction of checking them off to make sure that they're done. So, what am I saying with clarifying priorities? Some of us, some is me, need a visual representation of what we need to do to move things forward. And so, whether it be the Eisenhower matrix, whether it be a whiteboard, whether it be a notebook, whatever it is for you, make sure that you're using this time and staying calm by clarifying priorities. The other thing that I recognize during this time of staying calm is adjusting expectations. Now, we want to do all the things in quick, fast, hurry fashion. But sometimes those timelines are not realistic. So again, this is what we reflect and we clarify our priorities. And then we may have to go back to the drawing board and look at the timelines that we set. Once we have adjusted the timelines, of course, with feedback from stakeholders, we want to make sure that we are communicating realistic expectations after we've made the adjustments that we needed to do. Listen, reflection is quite humbling, and it'll show you that some things went right, some things went wrong. We've called it the highs, the lows, and the oh no's or the uh-ohs. Those types of strategies help you to readjust and resort what needs to happen. And so, especially knowing that we're going into the holiday season, we do want to be flexible and making sure that we're adjusting expectations, not lowering, but adjusting our expectations to be more realistic. That might be breaking them down into smaller chunks. That might take a look at what needs to be done versus what's nice to be done. Just different ways to look at how we can navigate the holiday rush, alleviate anxiety, and reduce being overwhelmed. Excuse me. The other thing that we often do that we need to stop doing as we remain calm is limiting overcommitment. I want to tell you, it's nothing like overpromising and under delivering. When I came back into the building, I wanted to do all the things. I still want to do all the things. But I recognized early on that I was signing up for a whole lot of things that I had no business signing up for, especially since I was just transitioning back into the building. And how do you do this? Friends, you may ask, how do you limit overcommitment? By saying no. Okay, I read something on Facebook the other day where they say it's no November. You know, November starts with the NO. Say no. Now, we got to be tactful, of course. So, in good old TQA fashion, I'm going to give you yet another acronym. We're going to think about using the STOP model. Take notes. STOP. S stands for set limits. T stands for think your priorities. Think about your priorities. O stands for offer alternatives. Is there someone else that can do it? Is there something else that we could do differently? And then P stands for pause before agreeing. If our people are asking us for last minute help, again, their emergencies are not our priorities, we got to practice the stop method. Think about ways that we could set limits or boundaries. Think about our priorities because we have already clarified them and adjusted expectations. And then offer alternatives. Maybe somebody else could do this. Maybe we could put this off to a later time. And then all of these things need to happen before we can move forward. And so that's just one way to limit overcommitment. Lastly, the M. Manage energy, keep that energy, not just your time. So earlier on in our previous Wisdom Wednesdays for November, we were talking about managing our time. But we also got to manage our energy so that we can manage our time. What does this look like? Micro breaks in the workday. Okay? Some people call or use the Pomodoro technique where they set a timer for a certain amount of time, maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and then they have a really focused time to get work done, and then it's followed up by some sort of brain break, a 5-minute stretch, a mindfulness activity, a walk, something just to kind of break up the monotony and then you go back to that focus the same time. I'm using calendar blocking where I'm assigning every piece of my time of the workday to an activity. And built into that calendar blocking, I am taking those walks. So if I find that, oh, let me tell y'all, my closing my rings, obsessed for the month of November. Because my Apple Watch will tell me, hey, time to get up, time to stand up, time to take a walk. And if I see that I'm not making the step goal that I have or the move goal that I have, I'll get up, and that's when I'll institute my micro break. So manage energy, not just your time. Lastly, we're talking about the holiday rush. It is the holiday time. A bonus nugget for you is my favorite: celebrate progress. This could look like hosting a mini holiday celebration for your team to recognize progress toward right before the break. So one of the things that we're going to do, we have two breaks coming up. We have our Thanksgiving break, and then we have our Christmas break, or winter break. We're going to take those two times to, one, do a Thanksgiving luncheon for our staff, and then our December faculty meeting, which will be had before we go on winter break, will be all about celebration. Celebration of quarter one, celebration of quarter two, about to come to a close, celebration of first semester coming to a close, and celebration for transitioning from the current year that we're in into the new year. So remember, the holiday season brings lots of emotions, positive, negative, and the emotions are for everybody because strange things happen during the holiday season. But your job as a leader, whether it be at a school, whether it be in an organization, whether it be in whatever, corporate, remain calm. As we used to say, keep calm and carry on. Until next time, guys. Bye.